So you are a vet who sees an awful lot of exotic animals, aren't you?
The correct term is advanced practitioner, apparently, but there we go. Whatever. I see a lot of them, yeah, whatever.
And because of you and your wonderful advice, I have a mutilated tortoise. But don't worry, he's fine. He's doing well. He's doing very well.
I'm not responsible for what you did when I advised you to do something different.
No, you did.
No, he did it, and he's been racked with guilt ever since.
Yeah, quite right too.
His tortoise counselling sessions, he's completely reversed the hierarchy between his two male tortoises. Come on, Julian, tell our audience on Veterinary Ramblings what you have done to your tortoise.
Actually,
better tell them why you did it first.
One of my tortoises had a penile prolapse, and poor chap had a willy that just wouldn't go away again, and it was getting dried out and damaged. And so, quite rightly, John advised me to amputate the penis. And this poor tortoise has looked at me balefully ever since. But he's happy and healthy and eating well, so it's fine. And he's earning lots of money on tortoise porn sites.
That's only if you sew it back on again, Julian.
All right.
Yeah, so it was a little bit premature calling him John Wayne Tortoise, wasn't it?
Bobbit the tortoise.
Bobbit the tortoise. So Mike and I were talking about willies earlier. And
I'm sure.
as we often do, and sugar gliders, of course, have two.
No, they have one, but it's four.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, a urethral.
Yeah, and the amusing thing is the urethra between the forks. So quite cool things. Gliders. That's because they do the intrauterine insemination. So one fork goes to each horn of uterus, or each part of uterus is two separate uteri.
Oh right, well, I didn't know that. They were really popular as pets a few years back. Are you still seeing a few? Or
yeah, loads. We mostly castrating them. Probably do 2-3 dozen castrates a year, really. So
yeah, they're actually one of the easiest smaller mammals to castrate, aren't they?
Well, yeah. Well, the castration option is really simple. It's just basically you remove a whole scrotum. It's called palm off. And the big deal is stopping them chewing themselves to pieces afterwards. And that's what they are inclined to do. Once they start chewing, they'll go through to intestine level and everything. So the big deal is trying to get nerve blocks in place. They don't feel anything, make sure everything's hidden, and also try and get it as stress-free as possible. So we'll often actually knock out a whole colony just to castrate one. So you all come in the same experience. They all smell the same. They go straight back. We do it as outpatient basis, which is not how we do most things. But just get it back in its own environment ASAP and just try and stop it chewing.
Interesting.
Seems to work most of the time, touch wood, but
you don't use anything like gabapentin or one of the nerve modulators.
It's like all these things is, gabapentin for a start is supposed to take several days to action anyway. Also, there's no study on a dose rate or what effect it's going to have on a sugar glider. They're kind of a bit weird anyway. So my drug and sugar glider doesn't seem a great idea. We do tend to use opiate rather than NSAID, but just to get it quiet for a few hours afterwards, just to hopefully make you forget about things. But local block primarily, just make sure it doesn't feel much at all at the time.
Right. And do you tend to use a longer acting nerve, so bupivacaine or mepivacaine?
Yeah, bupivacaine, yeah. So we use bupivacaine as a block, and then we'll put splash on as well, and just hopefully that seems to stop them getting at it too. They seem to be quite happy afterwards. We don't have a high failure rate with that. So